BRATZ.com Clueless Drop is a price gouging scam, and here's why. Now, if you didn't already know, BRATZ recently did a collab with Clueless to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the film by making 3 collector dolls, Cher, Dionne, and Amber. And we had our first drop on the 17th and 18th of July, depending on where you are in the world. And if you were unlucky, just like us, and you're outside of the USA, you would have known exactly what went down on the drop and how expensive BRATZ.com has made the shipping cost for anyone international outside of the US. Now, leading up to the drop, just like any other collector drop on BRATZ.com, we got prepared, got our wallets ready, our computers and our phones ready for this drop. And to our surprise, the shipping costs had increased so high. This change happened just hours before the drop. Now, we were planning on purchasing this doll. Here in Australia, the doll is 145 Australian dollars compared to 70 US dollars. If you actually do the conversion rates, it's actually still more expensive than it should be. We should be paying just over 100 Australian dollars, but they've already increased it even more. We're paying at least $30 to $40 more than we should for the original price. On top of that, shipping from BRATZ.com usually costs 50 Australian dollars for us. But this time, with this particular drop, just hours before the drop, BRATZ did something shady and decided to increase the shipping cost to $116.26. That's right, guys. You heard me correctly. That's $116.26. What a crazy jump in price. Not only were we already paying 50 Australian dollars for shipping on top of whatever costs of the dolls were that we were getting from BRATZ.com, now they've increased it even more. So we already had to accept the fact that we're paying a lot for shipping, but now we're paying more than half the price of the doll itself. That's just crazy.
Yes, from that moment on, we really question if we should continue with this drop. How can we justify paying that much just for shipping? That's like almost a doll itself. Oh my god, that's crazy.
Obviously, leading up to the drop, we were so excited to get Cher, but here we are after seeing this price, and all we knew is we had to decide, is this worth our money? Now, being collectors, if you know who we are here on Dripped in Plastic, my name is Sean.
And I'm Stefan.
And we collect lots of dolls. We get a lot of these collector drops. We've spent thousands of dollars on our collection. We are no strangers to how much collector dolls cost. But this is different. This is price gouging on a next level. It looks like Australia wasn't the only ones affected. It looks like we also had people in other countries affected as well. Anyone who was basically outside of the USA, whether you were in Canada, whether you were in Europe, it didn't matter. Wherever you were that wasn't the US, the price went up for shipping only hours before the drop, and the doll itself increased too. Originally, it was less than 145 Australian dollars. I can't remember the exact price, but it did jump up on the day as well. So what's up with that? Why did BRATZ decide to increase it just hours before the drop? Just moments before the drop, fans outside of the USA were expressing their outrage for this jump and increase in price of shipping. As you can see here, we've got comments from people in all different parts of the world explaining how for them it was at different prices. The cost of shipping increased so high for everyone that it made it impossible for us to even want to continue collecting these dolls. Fast forward to the drop, we decided that we weren't going to go ahead with it. We thought, you know what, there's no point. We're basically paying like scalper price. And if one day we have the extra money to spare, we might as well pay a scalper at this point. But we'll get into that later. There were still people internationally who did try. And at the time, it looked like mostly only people in the US or in Canada were able to get the doll. A lot of people were having trouble at checkout where it was saying cannot ship to this address. So we thought, let's go try it. It was about 4 minutes after the drop and she still had not sold out. We tried, and sure enough, no matter what address we put in that was in our country, our family's address, our address, it didn't matter. Every single time it said that we could not have it shipped to us. So we thought maybe the website's glitching. We tried a different doll that wasn't Cher. So we tried the BRATZ Jade Anniversary doll. As you can see, we were able to get it. We didn't go through with the purchase because we already have that doll, but we were trying it, and sure enough, it was able to ship to our address. So obviously, were BRATZ.com stopping international fans so that they could appear to have a smooth drop? Speaking of a smooth drop, most people who were in the US obviously didn't have any of this issue. And for our US friends who are out there and did want this doll and did get her, we are very happy for you guys, and we wish we could say the same for ourselves. But for the US, no prices were increased and everything went smoothly for them. No shipping address issues, nothing. So our theory is, did BRATZ.com purposely do this to make their drops appear smoother? If you know anything about the previous drops, Mean Girls for example, these did not go smooth. They were sold out in a minute or two, capture issues, we had website glitches, we had scalpers buying all the dolls, you name it. It was a crazy time. We've done a few videos on these. If you don't know about this, go check it out if you want more of the history on those drops so you can understand this part a little bit better. If you are the ones who do know the history of this drop, you will know that this would appear to be a smooth drop, especially for anyone purchasing in the US. Prices weren't increased, checkout was smooth, doll didn't sell out straight away. In fact, it took Cher about 12 hours to sell out. My question is, did BRATZ do this purposely? Because then we have people from the US, as you can see, saying things like, thank you for this great drop and everything. And while for them in their world, it might seem like a great drop, and that's fantastic. I mean, we want all fans, doesn't matter what country you're from, to be able to get the doll you want without these issues, without price gouging issues, without any of these competing with scalpers. Did BRATZ.com stop international fans the best they could by increasing the prices of shipping and then causing the website to stop them from allowing them to ship to an address that was outside of the USA? What do you guys think of that theory? Comment down below your thoughts. Taking a look at eBay here, we've got some scalpers already listing up their dolls, but as you can see here, we wouldn't be paying that much difference. In fact, some of the listings are cheaper than what we would pay if we bought it from BRATZ.com. So in reality, does this mean we should just pay a scalper when we have the extra spending money in the future? Because that's how this is going to end up going. What is the point of increasing the costs of the shipping and the actual doll on your website when actual fans could be buying directly from you? Take care of your customers. And this is not taking care of your customers. Your customers aren't just localized in the USA, they are all over the world. If you are someone who is outside of the US and you were lucky enough to not get the glitch at checkout, if you want to call that lucky, you would have had to pay so much money just for shipping. Like half of the doll's price, more than half of the doll's price, depending on where you were in the world. Which to me, that's just like throwing money away. Obviously, everyone has a choice. It's their money to spend, but you cannot deny that this move on BRATZ's behalf on BRATZ.com was an absolute price gouging scam. It's very unfortunate. As huge BRATZ fans and doll collectors, we take part in making a voice for the doll community here. We have you guys here on our channel who we want to keep in the loop We want to show you guys the new dolls. And unfortunately, because of this drop, because of the way it went, we're unable to. We weren't planning on spending that much money. And unfortunately, this is where they've left us in this situation. Another interesting thing that happened during this drop, a lot of people were saying that you weren't able to add in more than one doll to ship if you were international. I believe the US did not have an issue with this, but if you were international, you were still only allowed to add one, even though the rule was to have 2 per customer. That means that we would have had to pay shipping twice. So add that up, guys. 145 times 2 plus $116.26 times 2. Hundreds of dollars. If we wanted to have a doll in box and out of box between the two of us here at Dripped in Plastic, we would have had to spend more than what we would have ever paid a scalper for a doll. And most of that was on this imaginary shipping costs. Now let's think about shipping costs for a moment, guys. We have sent dolls to people all across the world, to our friends, to our giveaway winners, to people we've done doll swaps with. Some of these locations have been obviously from here in Australia, all the way to Europe, all the way to the US, all over the world. And we have never, ever paid more than $80 to $90 for shipping. We are a normal consumer, so we would pay different rates. If you're a company, you have special rates with the couriers to be able to send your customers your product. That's how it works. If you know anything about logistics and companies and the agreements they have cheaper rates. So if I'm sending a doll over to the US from Australia and I'm paying $50-$60 for postage to send it to them, why does BRATZ charge us even more when they would get even cheaper rates? Please make it make sense. And now let's think about geographically where we're located. We share the same ocean as where these dolls would be coming from. These dolls would be coming from factories in China, possibly Indonesia, and we're here in Australia. If anything, our country is located a lot closer to where those dolls are located than what the US is, for an example. However, we are paying more than double in shipping than what the US would pay. That doesn't make any sense at all. This was chosen by BRATZ.com purposely to exclude international fans outside of the US for whatever reason. To appear with a smooth drop, to have more stock for US based fans, who knows? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, what you think the real reason was. However, overall, it's just very disappointing, guys. We can't express how disappointed we are in this drop. If anything, the Clueless drop, the first one, was the worst one out of all of the Mean Girls drops in our opinion. Glitches and all, I would have taken that over this absolutely shady behavior from this company. We still love BRATZ dolls. We love Playline dolls. We actually never really have any issues with the Playline dolls. So we're still going to keep collecting. But now we are at this point in our collecting journey where we are questioning if we should even bother collecting the collectible dolls that are only available on BRATZ.com. With this experience, it makes you question, do I want to give this company my money? But yeah, it's disappointing. When we had set out to originally buy all 3 dolls from these drops, hand BRATZ our money, we're not going to pay over $100 per time. Because add that up, guys, over $100 each per doll. And this is if we only got 1 doll per drop. If we got each doll per drop sent to us at $116.26, that is almost $400 just in shipping costs, guys. Put that into perspective for a moment. That is price gouging on another level.
Overall, guys, it is so disheartening and shocking what BRATZ has done to international fans with this price gouging stunt. They have made it impossible for us to purchase this collector doll. It is so sad, I know, but hopefully in the future we will see a cheap listing online so we can get the doll and unbox and review for you. Up until then, we are going to miss out this time. We are not sure if we are going to continue trying with these collector drops from BRATZ anymore because we don't know what stunts they're going to pull in the future.
While we're happy to share this kind of news with you guys all the time, it does disappoint us to make this kind of video today. When we were hoping to be making a video about getting the doll and waiting for the doll, here we are talking about a business move that was made on BRATZ.com's behalf just to price gouge their international fans. If you're an international fan and you experience this same thing, please comment down your story below. We'd love to hear from the community, from you guys. We want to know what you experienced with this drop. And of course, if you are someone who was in the US and you were lucky enough to not have to get these price gouging prices and you had a smooth drop, we also want to hear your experience too. Every experience around these drops matter because us as a community is what is building this doll collecting world. And if we stand up, we use our voices, hopefully somebody will listen.
Alright, plastics, that comes to the end of the video. If you enjoy this kind of content, please give us a like and share the video. And if you're new here on Dripped in Plastic, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss anything we post here on Dripped in Plastic. Bye, plastics!
Bye-bye.
If you want to see more fun and exclusive content, we have so many cool things in store for our members.
Like behind the scenes footage of how we film and edit our videos, exclusive members only content, and so much more.
So go ahead and hit that join button and become a member today.
Get Dripped in Plastic from cozy hoodies to stylish tote bags. Our exclusive merch has everything you need to rep the channel in style.
Don't forget to snap a pic rocking your new gear. Share it with us and you could be featured on our channel.
Wear your vibe, join the movement, and let's get Dripped in Plastic together.